It's putting the effort in and putting the hours in. That's what it's about.
Welcome to another edition of Take 5 with Cohesion Plus, and we have got a Bhangra legend joining us today. Please give a warm welcome to the man himself, Sukshinder Shinda. Thank you very much, Paji, for joining us on our humble little show.
No problem, Govinda. Hope all is well and everyone's safe at home and keeping safe.
I think the first question, let's get straight down to business. How did you deal with the lockdown here in Great Britain?
Well, I've been busy with the kids, man, with my music. I've been practicing a lot of old things, which I needed to catch up on. And so I've been doing like home videos as well. So if you go on my Facebook or YouTube, there's a lot of home videos, singing with the harmonium, playing tabla, playing instruments. It's the best to make the most of this time. A lot of people, if they got time, they want to learn an instrument, they don't have time, and everyone had time, to do anything. Then if you waste that time, then you're foolish,
Everyone sees you today, they see you in the videos and they see you with your live performances. But I don't think people always appreciate the long journey that you personally been on to get to the stage where you are now, obviously recognized as one of the leading, music Bhangra artists in the whole wide world. So how did you get started in the music industry right from the beginning?
Well, my brother started me off, he had a band in the 80s, Nimana group, sadly passed away. And my father used to sing as well, Kavishri, which is an old style of singing from the northern part of Punjab without instruments. And so they used to go to temples and sing. And then my brother, when I was growing up, he used to go to weddings. And I was a little kid and he used to just take me, and I used to play the tabla on the side of a table, and didn't have a mic or nothing. But it was like a great experience, and he wanted me to get interested in music. And I just loved the sound of the Indian instruments, and all the culture thing. I loved it so much. So then I started learning, and to this day, I still learn off my teachers.
A lot of people don't, I think, are always aware of the fact, I known you initially as a tabla player. So did you learn here or did you learn in India?
I started off from the tabla. I knew about rhythms, but there's a technique to every instrument that has your own technique. And I went to this show, I remember, just to watch in Birmingham Town Hall. And Ustad Ji Lal Singh Patti, he played tool there. And I heard the tool and I said, woo. Because when he twisted the tool and he does this with his two feel, that's his specialty, And I heard the tool and I said, woo. So I didn't know that he was staying at the Gurdwara by our school, Hansalswood Boys School. He was at Somerset Road. And then someone told me that, and just after dinner break, I went there. And he had his patka, and I didn't really, because I seen him on stage with his turban and everything. And then I went there and he had his patka, and I says, Sasri Kal, Kaji main Lal Singh Patti nu milna hai. So from that day, I remember, and then I used to play tabla with him because he's a great singer as well. He does kirtan, everything. And then he told me the technique, for the tool, Bihar, Tamal, Lahariya. And I used to play with the Bhangra team as well, Tranga Bhangra group. So I learned all the, the Bhangra actions, which, the Bhangra actions, like you're a Bhangra master yourself. And all the actions, they have rhythm names. Lahariya, Thaniya, Sialkoti, Chumbar. So I learned all these things, Otherwise, you can never learn them. You can learn them by ear, but you won't know the syllables of these things.
And then, you've gone, as I said, from tabla, you're playing the bajja, you're playing the tool. And I said the first time I personally come across yourself would have been 89 when we had the Bhangra competition at the Hummingbird. Your style of tool and the way you played was just so different to everybody else. So I was going to say now, in terms of your journey, so obviously, you won the, as I said, 89 competition as the best tool player. And then early 90s, you're obviously playing with other live bands.
Yeah, I went many countries with Hira Group, Apara Sangeet, Balwinder Safari, Canada, and all these places, man. The Sathi Group, A.S. Kangji, the living legend.
So what point did the transition come from obviously playing with, numerous of these kind of legends when it comes to the groups that you've just mentioned? So the transition from a musician to a producer. So what was the first kind of solo, album, for example, that you produced, and how did that transition come about?
When I started playing this tool as well, and I got people start calling me for recordings, man, because there weren't much tool players, like you said, And then when I used to go to the recordings, I used to watch the engineer, and trying to sink in this process of recording, It was 89 that I done my first solo, which was a toll beat.
So from there, I remember obviously in the 90s when Jazzy come, 94 I think or so, when Jazzy, first time I saw Jazzy perform at the Dome. How did that relationship develop with Jazzy B?
Well, I used to go to Canada with tour with groups, so I met him there. I used to sing, in little mahfils, whatever. And the first show, I think it was Johnny Z. He was supposed to do back vocals with a female artist, the Peter Bobby from UK. So I remember they had a very high pitch, So I said, "You got a nice voice, man. If you work at it, man." And he got lucky, and God blessed him. He done very, very well. I'm very happy for him.
So, buddy, from the time you started out to where we are now in 2020, how has the kind of industry changed? Like, for example, the recording process, how people contact you about songs?
Recordings, you can just do it at home now, The singers, the new singer, they just go to the writers, and the writer tells them the tune, and then they get the tune, and they go to a guy with a computer, who can program music and say, "Here, man, this is the song, put some beats in it, When you hear some music and people say it's got no life in it, how's it going to get life? It's all computer. My thing was more live music, man. That's what I'm up for, man. That's what I love, I got computers and all that, but I'm always playing on the live instruments, man. I love that, man. And, that's something so rich, so much depth. You can never beat that, yeah.
You still think there's still good quality in terms of young artists, UK born coming through here?
No, there used to be more, man, because now it's gone to India or Canada, Before, at one time, when I was growing up, Balwinder Safari, Hira Group, Allah Group, Premi Group, man, there were so many, man, because you have to work hard at it, man. Some people, they don't want to work hard, I'm not saying there's some people there, and you have to go on to learn, and now it's all about computers and everything. So that's one thing I want to bring up, man, the UK talent, man, bring it up again, So I like to promote that. I always say that, youngsters, and I tell the TV shows, man, you should have something where the youngsters can show their platform. Not from India, from UK.
Yeah, I do feel that's one of the things that, as the kind of UK, we do need to be looking at how we can support that live market, not just in terms of weddings, but also I think in terms of festivals, in terms of medley.
Yeah.
We should be looking at supporting UK-based artists.
Definitely, and they can get a chance, the youngsters, because they're the next generation, man. We've got to bring them up,
Any advice you would give to young people now just looking to start out in the industry, especially in the UK?
Yeah, you got to practice, and it's easy now. You can go on YouTube, and there's people teaching as well. Before, you have to find a star and go to the house and the buses and everything like we used to do to everything. Now it's quite easy if you want to do. It's putting the effort in and putting the hours in. That's what it's about. Music is a thing, not about shows or anything. Any instrument or just singing, the pleasure you get out of it for yourself. It's brilliant, man. I'm telling you, I can't explain that. I know many doctors, man, who play harmonium, who play a bit of tabla just to feel nice, to feel at ease.
In terms of, like, you had the opportunity to perform all over the world. Is there any kind of particular highlights you want to share from, where you have performed? Because I know you've performed.
So I remember one show in Toronto, Wonderland. Jazzy B was there as well. And they said they gave us in writing as well, but you have broken our record here. And I don't know how many people there was there, and even big artists have performed there, UK, Hollywood artists. And they gave us in writing. To say something is different. And they said the record has been broken of Wonderland today.
Just before we finish, so quick fire, singing or producing?
Music, man, I love everything, man. Doesn't matter if you're singing, it's all connected.
New York or Vancouver?
Vancouver.
When it comes to eating saag, makki di roti or kanak di roti?
You gotta have one of each, man.
It's true. And this is a question we ask all our guests: Nando's or pizza?
Nando's, definitely.
Yeah. Thank you very much to Sukshinder Shinda, the music legend himself, for taking part on Take 5 with Cohesion Plus.